Okay, introduction time. Some people think that a high salary is important when choosing a company to work for, while others think that a good working atmosphere is more important. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Now, I've highlighted a couple of phrases here to show you how you can paraphrase this. Now, I've seen quite a lot of people trying to paraphrase some people in the last a few days, and no doubt there's some here as well. A portion of people, blah 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 blah. What you can do, and I think this, and in some other introductions, a plethora of people, a multitude, these don't work. What does work is just do it like this, according to some. Okay, so it's not a majority, a multitude, a plethora. It's according to some. According to some, the choice of which company to work for, choosing a company to work for. So you change choosing into choice. High salary is important, depends on the level of salary offered. Good working atmosphere, good environment in the workplace. Place more importance on is more important. Okay, so according to some, the choice of which company to work for depends on the level of salary offered, while others place more importance on having a good environment in the workplace. Now, you have to give your opinion, because it says discuss both views and give your opinion. So, in my view, salary is the key consideration, as it allows you to have personal freedom, whereas having friendly colleagues you can rely on is a secondary factor in employer choice. So, paragraph 2, that's the one where my view will be expounded, and I'm going to be talking about personal freedom of choice. So if you have good wages, you have considerably more freedom than if your wages are low. And the opposite view I'll be talking about is why some people think a working atmosphere is important, because friendly colleagues you can rely on is important for them. But in my opinion, it's a secondary factor. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. So that's what I would be talking about, well, if I were to write this essay, which I'm not. That's the two main ideas I would include in paragraph 2 and 3. So this is how my introduction would look. Restate the topic according to some, and you can see how I've changed things round. I've used a couple of synonyms. I've changed some of the word forms: important, importance, choosing, choice, etc. Okay, and then clear opinion. In my view, salary is the key consideration, so I'm coming down on that side, and then that's what I'll talk about in paragraph 2 and in 3. Okay, so when deciding whether to accept offers of work for different companies throughout our careers, many factors to take into account. Could be, but get to the point. Choosing between income and the working environment are arguably, you put the changes on, the most important decision factors. Well, important factors. Choosing between income as right. So that's why he had it as. This is a bit. Choosing between income and desirable working environment, as arguably the most important decision factors, is a constant dilemma we are faced with. How do you spell dilemma? One L, that's it. We face with, right, so it would probably be we are faced with. Okay, now I don't know if I would have broken that up into 3 separate clauses. But okay, it works if you make it we are faced with. But as usually the case with decision, much more than the simple binary question. Okay. Well, that's very interesting, but you haven't answered the question. You haven't given me your opinion, and you haven't told me what you're going to be talking about in the paragraph 2 and 3. There's no outline. So you've basically just restated this. You haven't given an opinion, and you've not given me any idea, where the essay is going. So that doesn't quite work. Topical debate among people? No, there isn't. On whether something is more prominent than the other. More prominent, well, that doesn't mean what you mean. It is more important than, which is not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. In my point of view, both factors have an equal importance because in the lack of one of them, staff are not motivated enough to hold down their jobs. In the lack of one of them, in the lack of which of them? So, okay, right. First, it's not a debate. Nowhere does it say that. It just says some people think this, some people think that. They're not debating this. It's just two simple statements of fact of views from different people. In my point of view, equal importance because the lack of one of them, you haven't said which. Okay, so an outline, as I've done, would be more useful here. There are many parameters that are influenced. What are influential? On you choosing the place where you would like to work. Make that a new sentence. Some individuals take the view that salary is the most important factors for selecting a company that you want to work at or for. As opposed to this view, some people believe a good working environment is more important. I strongly believe that the positive working environment is one of the significant factors in place due to the good workplace atmosphere. People not only could reach to high level, people could not only, right, people could put these adverbs, okay. People could not only reach to high levels or a high level of job satisfaction, but could boost their motivation. Okay, so due to the good workplace atmosphere, people could not only reach to high level of job satisfaction, but it could boost their motivation, or this could, So I would put some pronoun in there referring back to good workplace atmosphere. Okay. Earning a higher salary is considered to be essential by some people. Job satisfaction is more important. Okay, that's good. As they maintain motivation and determination to work. Okay. What this needs now is an outline. This essay will discourse blah blah blah, or as I did in my introduction, we need an outline sentence now. What's the two main ideas that you're going to be using to discuss that view? Job satisfaction. Job satisfaction is obtained by various factors according to different types of individuals. What types you mean by some people? While some people prefer a high income, work atmosphere is a concern for others. And your opinion is what? And your outline sentence is what? So that's very short, very, very short indeed. What's this next one? Job satisfaction can be influenced by several factors. The environment in which one works has a significant impact on on work quality. So that could be anybody. So that the more pleasant the atmosphere why is it he experiences, the higher quality will be resulted. Why is that passive? The higher quality of what will be resulted? What you mean as a result? Will result? I have no idea what you're trying to say there. As far as some are concerned, also decent income plays. There is no also. Decent income plays a vital role to workers. It, however, may create. What is this it? It as a pronoun refers to what, and what are wrong expectations. In my opinion, the right combination of both mentioned features. A right combination? What? The right combination? Both mentioned features guarantees a satisfied employee. So that's kind of vague. I'm not really sure what's so more pleasant atmosphere. What higher quality of work will result if your environment's good. I suppose that's what you mean. A decent income plays a vital role. Wrong expectation. Oh, okay. I kind of get it, but it's a little bit vague. It could be worded a little better, I think. We can respond to discuss from two aspects because salary belongs to economic conditional that cows get better life. But I recommend that you come back when you can use English, because this is nonsense. I don't want to be overly harsh or critical, but your English level here is not good, and I'm not even going to try to correct this. You've got one sentence. We can respond to discuss from two aspects because salary belong. So there's so many grammatical and vocab mistakes in that I'm not even going to bother. A portion of people. It's not a portion. What's a portion of people, right? According to some, salary or income is more important for choosing a new job. In the firms? In what firms? In a company. Not the same thing. Well, many of the people think, why did you make that a participle? That the environment of job, what the work environment, because work and job are not the same thing, is more effective for people. Is more effective in what? More effective in doing what? That doesn't make sense. I believed that. What, you mean you don't believe it now? Why is it past tense? While wages have a strong effect on our lives, but still investments and jobs are more considerable. Okay, it's not so easy to follow. I get the general idea, but I think your vocabulary needs a bit of work, to be frank. People have differing views as to what factors are important choosing. Well, it's not a career, it's companies to work for. That does not necessarily imply a career choice. That's like deciding whether to become a lawyer or a doctor. It's not the same thing. While some consider high salary is the main factor for the occupation, a good work environment, it's equally of great importance. How good income is. Okay. Now that's apart from that, that's pretty good. We've got a restatement of the topic. We've got a clear opinion, and we've got an outline sentence. Very good. It'll be interesting to see the rest of the essay. In fact, according to some, that's what you do. It's essential to choose a well-paid job, but people suggest that having a workplace in the workplace, because it's a workplace in general, is one of the most important, or is of the most importance. Okay, is of the most importance. I mean, both opinions might correct in some sec. You can come down on both sides, but you need to be very confident in your English to accurately come down on both sides. Writing a balanced essay is not so easy. In the short-term period, the highly salaried job could be preferential, might be more plausible. Plausible, I don't think that's the right word there. Plausible, convincing, I don't think that's the right word there. Hang on a second, let me just pause. There's some noise outside. Okay, sorry for that. So there's a bit of noise outside in the street, so I paused for a moment. So plausible. As I said, I don't think that's a very good word choice there. I'm not quite sure what that means, but apart from that, that's not bad. In the long time view, I think we usually use the expression in the long term instead of in the long time view, so I would maybe change that too. Different factors which people take into account when sending a certain job, to which have a payment, professional environment. It doesn't say anything about professional, it says good. You can have a professional environment where people are not friendly, because that's not what you're supposed to do at work, so that's not necessarily the same thing. Some people ask, but haven't you why have you said the same thing twice? Payment, professional environment. Why have you said the same thing twice? That's not really good. So we don't need that first sentence at all. I think a middle ground would be the best option, and I would maybe give some outline as to what you intend to discuss in the essay. But you've basically got two sentences that say exactly the same thing, so that's not good. We don't need two, only one. According to some individuals, well, just according to some, the main factor for job seekers should be good remuneration, should be job ambience, vitally, what others think a suitable job ambience is vitally important for employees rather than wages. To my mind, with a salary they want and live, be satisfied with their job. Okay. So we have an opinion. So we've got a paraphrase. That's not bad. We've got an opinion, but I would again put an outline. What are you gonna, what's the opposite view? What are you going to talk about? In the same way that I did. Salary and a positive working atmosphere are two major contributors, and many times conflicting factors we consider. I don't know whether. As well, right? That basically tells me nothing. It's a waste of words. Where's your opinion, and what are you planning to talk about? So that's a waste of a sentence there. It doesn't tell me anything. Okay, so take a look at my introduction again. A paraphrase. Okay. In my view, I think it's cash, and I'm going to talk about personal freedom in paragraph 2. In paragraph 3, I'm going to talk about having friendly colleagues you can rely on, and that's what I would be talking about there in that essay.